It's the return of the kazoo, and we lost like 3 watchers as you started the kazoo. Welcome everybody to Midnight's Edge After Dark. I am your host, Tom Connors. With me is my co-host, Rob.
Yes.
Well, how you doing?
Oh, fantastic. Lovely.
Getting fantastical.
Fantastical, lovely. Getting better all the time.
It's getting better all the time.
Couldn't get much worse.
We're also joined by our resident physician, the script doctor.
Good evening.
And I'll let you introduce the one and only Miss Mecha Random Rob, since you do it so much better than I do.
Yes. If I could pull up my freaking sound here, her theme song.
Ready.
And once again, we're joined by your favorite YouTube archie. Listen to me and SB, Tony, a Bammy, a BAFTA, and she's an Earl at OBE, which makes her the earlobe.
It's dark in here. I don't have any lights on.
One, the only Miss Mecha.
Indeed. And also, we are joined by... Oh, go ahead, Rob.
I am woman, hear me roll.
Our own toxic femme, Miss Lorena Creel. How you doing?
I am doing okay. I have a massive headache watching this Disney investor event today, but I am so glad to be here with all of you and with you guys in the chat.
And it's still going on. So yeah, that's why we're late.
Yeah, it's still going on my monitor.
But yeah, we got it going in the background. So if there's any big major things that come down, we will be letting you guys know. But we got some super chats to start off, Rob.
When are you going to talk about me, Tom?
You were already there.
I'm making a sandwich, Kathy.
Go away, Kathy.
Yeah. Bye, Felicia.
Oh my God. We'll get into that. But Andre first, or Rob, I mean, Jesus. We got one from Andreas Fernandez. If I could friggin' talk. First off.
I think that's 100 Argentinian
Is it Argentina?
pesos?
I haven't seen that before.
I don't know. Ours. It's ours. It's 100 ass. 100 ours.
Thank you for the coin.
Hi, Tom. Hi, guys. Now Disney has more stuff to ruin than before. Quality will never be good if all these shows are run by different people. Favreau can only manage one show. I don't trust Filoni. Yeah.
We'll get into that. Definitely we'll get into that. But thank you, Andreas, if I'm saying that correctly. I appreciate that. And we appreciate that here at the channel. It does keep the lights on. And we also got a couple more that came in here. Let me see if I can find them. Just make sure I didn't miss any. We got 2 in a row. We got one from Dark King 616.
Dark King 616, Australian 5 macaroonies. Do Disney or WB have the words "make good content the fans will enjoy" or something similar anywhere in their announced plans?
No.
No.
No, you have to just convince people that they like it, and then that's all you need to do.
And then if they don't like it, you're an istorophobe. It's film as product. That's what it is.
Boy, do we got a plethora of junk to talk about, though. But Captain Hare sends in $5, Rob.
Congrats to Midnight's Edge for getting the rights to officially make Star Wars licensed porn. I'm sure the quick set Sarlacc porn will flow.
Oh my goodness.
Like the spice? Mm-hmm. The spice must flow!
Yes.
Oh, Lordy. Speaking of flowing, we had a flow of news. I don't even know where to begin with this. Actually, I know where to begin with this. Something that we've been talking about on Midnight's Edge After Dark. And Lorena, let's start off with you, since you caught the earlier part of the show that I missed. I caught the tail end of it, but we were pretty much right about our Disney 18 plus thing, right?
Yes, we were right, but it's kind of like the right church, wrong pew in a way. The 18 plus service that they're talking about, which is going to be called Star and also Star Plus to confuse you even more, is going to be released outside of the United States. Go ahead, Tom.
I was going to say, from what I gathered, though, in the U.S., all you'll have to do, though, is just sign in through a special thing on Disney Plus, and it'll unlock all the 18 plus material. Am I right? That's what it looked like.
I didn't see anything for that. I didn't see anything specifically for the US. So when I went through Disney Plus's tweet stream, they specifically said that Star and Star Plus was going to be released outside of the US. It's going to be a separate application in Latin America. You have to go to a separate Star Plus application, but in all the other countries, it is integrated into Disney Plus. And yes, you do have to go through, setting up all those parental controls and all of that to control what's being shown. But I have not seen an explicit announcement for that service for US users.
Otherwise, then they're supposed to be putting a bunch of stuff on Hulu that's 18 plus then otherwise.
Tom, if I wanted to surf for these different services, I'd be a regular shark, wouldn't I?
Yeah, if you're outside of the U.S., it's the best way to use the services are probably with Surfshark.
Shark,
totally legit.
Matt G sent us a super chat for Lorena to read.
Oh, okay, to be read by Lorena. LOL. Thank you, Matt G, for the $5. Oh my God, La Regina, you're on with that organic random 42 chick. What? First time ever.
I don't know. Has this been the first time you've been on? I think you've been on at least one or two
we've been on
streams.
together.
Yeah, a couple times before.
Yeah, it's been a while, but
yeah, it has.
I'm back. I love
You're back. Not for lack of trying. We've tried having you on a few times, but we finally lined it up because you're one of our Diz nerds or whatever you want to call it, to where you're actually an investor, right?
Yes. I have been a stockholder for about 10 years. I bought my stock right before Disney bought Marvel.
Oh, right. You lucky dog.
Yeah. I would say. So speaking of Marvel, they haven't made any big announcements yet about Marvel, but they're coming. That's coming up here. We're keeping an eye on that. They're talking about Pixar right now. They did a bunch of animated stuff just a minute ago, and let me tell you, none of it you're going to probably care too much about or heard of before because it's all just a bunch of random shit. But we will get into some of the more exciting, juicy stuff. But where do you think we should start with this business? I mean, this is just... There's so much to talk about. Go ahead, Rob.
Everything that they announced Star Wars related looks like we're listening to the fans. I'm like, yeah, but unfortunately, you're listening to the ones on Facebook that say, "Where do I vote?"
Do we want to really kill the golden goose right away?
This is an example of quantity over quality. That's for sure.
Let's not.
I was going to say let's hang on to that till more people file in. But first of all, just a real quick, the whole here's the actual thing. I didn't want to share that. Oops.
Whoopsie. Whoopsie doodle.
I don't want to get in trouble for sharing that. Where is it here? There it is. Okay. So here's the breakdown. Yeah, here was the thing. Disney Plus Hotstar. Is that the 18 plus thing? Because there's Hulu, Star Plus, and Disney Plus Hotstar.
Hotstar. Yeah, there's Star and Star Plus. Hotstar, that's specifically for India. Because India has a service called Hotstar, and Hotstar is the platform, and they're just serving Disney Plus up on top of it with that. So anytime you see Hotstar, think India.
I wonder if the first movie they're going to show is going to be Basmati Blues.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
That movie was wonderful. And all the wrong reasons.
Is a treasure, okay? It's... Brie Larson had it all, except for one thing: true love.
Oh, that looks like a hot mess.
Which
means I'm gonna have to check it out.
Oh man. Other than that, we did get a few announcements for FX that were interesting. Blah blah blah.
Archer's getting another season. I know.
Yeah. The other big interesting news was, of course, the new Alien series overseen by Noah Hawley.
Well, other than the fact
who's not going to have time to make Star Trek now.
Yeah, other than the fact that it confirms that Star Trek 4 is kaput, and who cares?
Yeah, because between Fargo and all this other stuff, where is he going to have time for this? Seriously. I mean, anyway, but yeah.
He's not. Because I think he just dropped season 4 of Fargo. He's working on season 5, and now I guess he's doing this. So that's 2 shows at the same time. Yeah, he's swamped.
Well, the bigger news about this was that this series is going to be set on Earth, folks. So it's going to be cheap to film.
Joy. Listen, Alien is not a franchise. It is a good movie. It is people say it's a great movie, but it's a good / great movie with a good sequel, with a very good sequel.
Agreed.
That's it. Stop trying to make it a franchise. It's a losing.
Well, I mean, I disagree to a point. There's room for expansion, but not in the directions they've been going.
No, and that's the problem because after the second one was freaking lit. Aliens was off the chain. The ones after that, they were crap. I didn't like them. But Tom, I agree with you. If they go in a different direction, there's possibly a chance. But the way they've been going with the Aliens quote unquote franchise, it really hasn't been interesting.
Yeah. And Nicholas Horton sends in a £5 super chat. As Clone Wars fan, I'm only interested in the Bad Batch series. We'll get to that here shortly, because that was the first big batch of huge announcements outside of the TV shows and some of the movies that were coming. I think we'll cover some of those real quick first.
You haven't talked about it because you're a toxic man, Thomas. You're toxic. Toxic, all of you. If my husband was here,
he'd got plenty to say. What for? No, he'd probably give us some cocaine.
God, I miss cocaine.
The Simpsons bit was kind of funny, though. I don't know if anybody saw that.
I miss that.
That was pretty funny. Oh, you can't hear it, can you?
No.
Let me.
Homer.
We'll probably get in trouble for showing it, but I don't give a shit.
I am evil Homer. I am evil Homer.
Simpson.
So,
Homer, what have you learned this year?
Oh, wait, I didn't know there'd be a test.
Still don't know what state I'm in. To talk to a member of our studio family for 30 years, Mr. Homer Simpson. So, Homer, what have you learned about Disney Plus this year?
Oh, wait, I didn't know there'd be a test. Well, I've learned how to find plus on my keyboard, and I've learned that armed bounty hunters make excellent nannies. And if you don't mind some creative criticism, live-action Aladdin is a total ripoff of this cartoon I saw called Disney's Aladdin. Frozen is not about my credit cards. I would kill for Fat Thor's body. Snow White finally exposes the dangers of eating apples, and in conclusion, Pixar is run by a jumping lamb. Now I'm going to throw it back to Dana, who's going to tell you about all the great new projects that are going to be developed by the powerful television studios for Disney+. Allow me one personal note. I was promised beer, and if I don't get it soon, I'm taking this guy with me.
I thought that was kind of cute.
That was funny.
I thought that was all right. Yeah. But yeah, they talk about how The Simpsons is one of their top tier shows. And then we got a look at the new Mighty Ducks series called Game Changers.
Oh, come on.
Really? This one looks like it's going to take the Cobra Kai route.
Yeah.
Disney.
Yeah, but it's Disney. So again, I'm not holding out much hope. But speaking of Cobra Kai, the Cobra Kai season 3 trailer dropped yesterday. We haven't got a chance to talk about that yet.
Oh, hell yeah.
Did everybody get a chance to check it out?
So good.
Yes. It's awesome.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
Oh my God.
But yeah, this basically looks like the Ducks are this big major organization now for kids hockey team. This other parent realizes there's no team for the losers anymore. She starts up a new team, needs a coach. Lo and behold, she finds Emilio Estevez. That's the setup. So there you go. I'm sure there'll be other cameos. So anyway, there was that. And then
guy who played Goldberg, right?
Yeah, except for him. Yeah, see, there's Emilio. I mean, it didn't look like the worst. I mean, there was a couple moments I chuckled during the trailer. Again, though, I'm not so sure about it. And then we got the reboot of Turner and Hooch.
No, because the dog died.
That's a reboot.
I'm not too.
Fuck you, Disney, for reminding me of that.
And then we got another show with John Stamos that's like a ripoff of Mighty Ducks. It's really weird. It's about a girls' basketball team, though. But yeah, he's basically a guy who gets in trouble, and to get out of trouble, he agrees to coach this girls' basketball team. So yeah, it's ostensibly the Mighty Ducks.
Tom, but it's at a private school.
Yeah.
I have exclusive audio from the Mighty Ducks series. Okay, here we go.
Really?
Quack, 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 Mr. Duckworth. Anyway, we also got a Gustan series, just what everybody's wanted, right? A Beauty and the Beast prequel series.
Another live action.
And it's going to have both the actors from the live action film playing the characters.
Who cares? Who cares?
Nobody wants this. I mean,
hey, let's take everything.
Live action wasn't that great.
Hey, let's take everything.
Great representation
And build a series around.
Huh?
Yeah, it's Swiss Family Robinson, Percy Jackson.
No.
Percy Jackson.
And the mysterious, whatchamacallits, some or others.
I keep thinking
Serious Mansion?
No, I can't get it to play right. There we go.
I keep thinking Percy Jackson's the guy who plays basketball. I don't know. It sounds
It's Frozen, that's why.
that guard from
It's
UNLV.
mysterious something, right? Who cares? Nobody cares.
Number 2, Percy Jackson.
It's about yeah,
Jones and kids.
yeah, it's about kids. The
Kristen
Mysterious
Shaw, huh?
Benedict Society, that's what it was, yeah. So that's all they're that crap. And then they announced the movies. Oh yeah, we got a plethora of new movies. They're remaking Three Men and a Baby.
Yeah, we heard
It's
about
gonna
that
be
a while
woke
ago.
as hell. No.
With 3 lesbian leads. If that's how it works.
3 men who identify as men, or 3 identifiable men. I don't know how to say that.
Well,
Identified
Elliot
men.
Page, right? Elliot
Hey,
Page is
Teresa.
going to be in this.
Yeah,
No,
right.
she's just a toxic white dude now. You can't.
Hi. Hey, I officially welcomed Elliot Page to the patriarchy, okay?
Yeah, she can take as much shit as the rest of us,
Yeah.
right?
Oh,
We got a couple more super chats that came in here. Let
He
me
certainly
grab them.
can.
Tim Riggs says with $4.99, Alien 3 was a prime example of politics destroying something good. Sigourney Weaver refused to do the movie unless no guns were involved. There was a lot more than that involved, but yeah.
Sucks so bad.
Yeah, there's a lot of problems with Alien 3. That's like a Midnight's Edge video in the making someday. And then Terminus S says, what? No, Congo 2? Where's Frank? Well, Congo 2 would be in Paramount anyway, so you got to bug Paramount Plus for that. Anyway,
And Frank is busy with the Indiana Jones film. He made an announcement
yeah,
yesterday.
we'll get into that. Yeah, and then we got one from Stephen Otten, our good friend, says, I am a fan of the Alien franchise, and it has taken its lumps over the years. I can't see it as a series, but I'm remaining cautiously optimistic. Yeah, that's the thing. As long as they can do something interesting with it, then maybe. But they got to get past some of the crap they keep. They got to get past Sigourney Weaver. They got to get past certain other things to really kind of make it work. Oh boy, here we got another one. Dark King 616 says with Australia $2, reboots and remakes, Hollywood at its best. Just wait, man. That's why I said, oh boy, because it's coming. We got 3 Men and a Baby, right? Okay. And we're gonna try and get through a lot of these as quickly as possible. Then there's like some movie about some football guy. I can't remember who, but then they had Flora and Ulysses. Oh yeah, this is the one I wanted to get to. Cheaper by the dozen, the remake with black people.
No sloppy seconds. Okay, just no.
Sloppy thirds in this case, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
The Steve Martin one was also a remake.
Yeah.
Wow.
who's going to be in it? Like Kevin Tuck, like
And they just announced Buzz Lightyear, I guess, is getting a movie.
I know Up is getting a sequel.
He had a cartoon show already. We don't need a movie.
Oh yeah, and then they were getting animated Diary of a Wimpy Kid new movies. They're rebooting that already. And then,
this is like all stuff nobody really wants.
Ice Age spinoff with these whatchamacallit rat characters.
Oh boy.
Oh,
and
I want to call them lemurs, but they're not lemurs.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm looking at our face at Bounding the Comics Facebook.
I guess the Buzz Lightyear thing sounds interesting to cut in here. It sounds like it's going to be like what they would be doing if they were making a blockbuster film of Buzz Lightyear.
Oh,
so it's
I'm
like
looking
a more
at the
realistic.
art now.
Yeah. So it's like a more realistic kind of thing.
Yeah, it's not about the toy, it's about the character, right?
Yeah.
That was the cartoon
So
series.
that sounds interesting.
Okay.
Yeah.
But what doesn't sound interesting is this sequel to Night at the Museum, and it's animated.
Another
and
one?
notice who's highlighted here, which is funny.
Who?
That's Robin
I can't
Williams'
make that out.
character.
Oh.
That's you can't make it
Oh,
out.
when he was playing Roosevelt?
Yeah, it's Roosevelt. That's the only character
Yeah.
they show in this deal
Okay.
too, besides the dinosaur.
Teddy Bling Bling Roosevelt to you.
Yeah, but that was Robin Williams' character.
Okay.
Mhm.
3 Trends Man. A baby.
And a baby. Oh gosh,
Thank you, Brightest Day. That was good.
that was.
Oh, here we
brilliant.
got the Marvels ones coming up here now. Okay.
Marvel. Let's see where we go. Marvel. I got sound on here. So, there's Kevin Feige. Okay.
You know
He's got
what?
a Washington Redskins hat on. No, he
Should we
doesn't.
should we
I'm
tempt
watching
fate?
it now.
No,
Yeah,
no,
just
no.
play it.
I
You're
think
not
it'll be
gonna
okay
try
because
to
it's
do it.
advertised on their website. It's not exclusive.
Yeah, they'll just
right?
claim you.
Okay, yeah. Okay, what we got?
Disney seems to be less of a jackass about claiming.
And with Disney
There's
Plus,
some people-
we're able to extend this way of storytelling to a new form.
Can you guys hear it?
Creating series that
Yeah.
are connected
We're
to
just
our
talking
theatrical
over it for
releases,
transformative.
Yeah.
making the MCU more immersive than ever. There's a lot of new
Kevin, you're
content coming
much
from
more
Marvel
technical.
Studios, so let's get started. WandaVision
Okay.
will be the
Well,
very
that's
first
I'm
Marvel
interested
Studios
in.
series
Yeah, that was
on
kinda
Disney
cute.
Plus.
Yeah.
Wanda and Vision are two of our most powerful and complex heroes, and
Yeah.
this series is a perfect expansion point for MCU storytelling.
Supposed to come
Launching
out
on Disney Plus on
June.
January 15th.
No, sorry, January
Here's a
15th.
look
Yep,
at the brand new
January.
trailer.
Everything's
Okay.
dropping in January.
Yeah,
Some of these
no.
trailers have been shown, some of them they haven't.
What's a single
Okay.
girl like you doing rattling
We
around
can-
this
I
Monkey.
love
world?
the that.
better-
Don't remember that.
No, you better hit me.
A
That's the monkey.
human one.
Yeah, now we're gonna get sued.
Yeah, you
by
claimed for the song, and we definitely
Yeah.
have to it now.
I was gonna say monkeys, ain't it?
Yep.
Okay, like from I Love Lucy.
I kind of like the remix though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm transforming it.
Don't worry about it.
Lady French House.
We've gotten so many generous super chats tonight. I'm not gonna worry about it, guys.
It's the 80s.
Wow, that's a big pro and sideburn.
There's
Who are you?
Captain Marvel.
I don't know.
Oh,
Oh,
look at
big.
that.
Look,
That's who they should have cast in the first place.
Right?
Exactly.
No shit.
He's got the- Okay. In the gap?
This is our home.
So they're stuck in between dimensions, kind of thing.
Yeah, I like that premise.
Oh, there was Kat Denning.
If you don't quite know where they
Yeah,
are.
I told you she was supposed to be in it. Matt G says with $2 you can't
We handled that well.
find an original idea with a telescope. No shit, right?
Olsen is currently in
Well,
London.
WandaVision's pretty.
This does look kind of different.
Doctor
Yeah.
Strange in the
Yeah,
Multiverse
I'm
of
looking
Madness
forward to
with
it.
director Sam Raimi.
Sam Raimi, I
Cumberbatch,
can't wait
and
to
the rest
see
of the
this,
cast,
so.
including
No, no, no,
Benedict
no,
Wong,
Cannon- oh,
Rachel
Chig-
McAdams.
Oh, they got
Chewie.
Rachel McAdams back.
And
Chewie,
joining us
Chewie's
is a
here.
new fan favorite character from the
Oh
comics,
shit, never
America
mind.
Chavez.
I figured it was
played
gonna be
by Sophie
Spider-Man.
Bell.
No, she's not a fan favorite.
Who are you holding for this?
Pushing the boundaries of storytelling.
Well, you say it enough, it makes
Thrilling,
people think so.
scary, mind-bending
I
adventure.
guess
There's a
it's
social
considered
conditioning.
here, but-
This is what Disney's been doing for 30 years.
Connect directly to the events of
Probably
WandaVision,
longer.
Not longer than
but it
that.
will also connect to the
Yeah.
events of our new Spider-Man film coming to theaters December.
That's what he said. Yeah, it connects off from WandaVision to
Moving our next series for
Spider-Man.
Disney Plus, which
Yep.
launches this coming March.
Okay.
The Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Now, that was
features two
supposed to come out
recognizable
this fall.
superheroes last
Yeah.
seen together in the final moments of Avengers Endgame. Sam Wilson, aka the Falcon, is played by.
Now, we haven't got to look at this at all outside of still images, right?
Played by
Or
No,
did
well,
we?
they
That's right.
did
yeah.
show
Kinda
parts
neat.
of it
trailer
at
and
the
cinematic experience.
stockholders
It's a
meeting
Marvel Studios
early this
movie
year.
played out over
So in the
6
webcast,
episodes.
we didn't get to see
And
it, but
now
it's
here for
like
the first
they
time is an exclusive
blanked out
look
the
at the Falcon
like the
in the-
That's what I
audio.
figured. They're going to show us something now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Look here. Ooh, oh, that's actually kind of cool.
The legacy of that shield is
Yeah, they've had a few leaks here and there from screenshots and stuff, but nothing.
Maybe see that too.
the world.
Okay. Good luck with it.
It's upside down.
March now. Okay. So probably after WandaVision is done.
People need
Yeah.
something to get behind.
Oh yeah, I'll go right into it.
Mhm.
They need the
With
symbol.
Baron Zemo.
Ah,
Okay.
right.
So what's our plan?
Hey, it's more jump out.
So no plan. Great.
Well, he's looking a little closer to the comic version.
Yeah, I'm liking a new costume.
It does feel though we got like just a couple of sidekicks.
Yeah.
That's the problem. Like you need okay, now who's the hero who's gonna star in this?
You might as well call him Marvel.
I'm getting some Independence Day vibe there.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Commander Ed Stryker of Shadow says, "Oh look, a Thunderbird puppet cake."
What's going on in that cyborg brain of yours?
You
don't want to know.
Oh yeah, I can see it working. Gears turning. Oh, they're malfunctioning. They're on fire.
God, I hate you.
Anthony Mackie's cool guy too. So
Yeah. So I think this is supposed to be another 6-episode.
Next, another hero we last saw in Avengers Endgame.
Here we go.
Black Widow will return
Black Widow,
to the big
okay.
screen on May 7th.
Oh, they're sticking with the big screen, folks.
Of course, the film stars Scarlett
For May
Johansson
7th,
as
okay.
Natasha Romanoff.
Mm-hmm.
Fans have
See
been
if it
patient,
sticks.
and I can't tell you.
That's
just
the
how
rumor, I
ready
guess,
we
I kept
are for
hearing
this event
last
to
day or so.
finally
Is no, I
have
guess
her
they're
own
sticking with the big
standalone.
screen. So
And
Well,
speaking
Warner,
of
all the
fan
Warner's
favorite
going to
characters,
streaming, so
the God
Loki.
of Mischief will step out of his brother's shadow and into his own series on Disney Plus in May of next year. The great
Not
Tom
sure.
Hiddleston returns as
follows
Loki, who's
on.
joined in the
Okay,
series
wow,
by
they're really
Owen
hitting
Wilson, Gugu
hard
Mbatha-Raw,
with Disney Plus
Sophia
on this
Di
stuff.
Martino,
Owen Wilson?
Fumi Mosaku, and
Oh yeah, the
Richard
whole
E.
event was
Grant.
Yeah,
all
he's,
about direct
As with our
maybe
other
a
shows
time
coming to
agent
Disney
or something.
Plus, we want to try something a little different. Explore a new genre for us at Marvel Studios. So we put Loki in the center of his own crime thriller. If that sounds a little unusual or confusing, don't worry. Loki is just as confused. Here's the very first look
Okay.
at Loki.
No, we don't want confusion in our shows. We want clarity and fun.
Oh, there's Stark. All right.
as we figured,
this
it's going to
is
pick up.
from
Yeah.
Endgame.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
it, dude.
Free ball.
Bye.
And there he goes.
This is the one I was actually most interested in before seeing the trailer for WandaVision. Anyway.
I see. I like how they the point they picked to start with this.
He's in the desert near
Oh,
where Iron Man crashed.
Mongolia? Is that where he is?
Looks like it.
Oh, yeah.
Hmm. Interesting.
You're taking me somewhere to kill me.
No, I'm taking you someplace to talk.
Well, I don't like to talk.
But you do like to lie, which you just did. Because we both know you love to talk.
That's
Owen Wilson.
So that symbol on his
Almost,
chest.
yeah.
Yeah, that symbol on his chest is a temporal thing from Marvel Comics. So there's some sort of temporal agency going on.
Wow, that's what
Really?
it is. Yeah. Wow. That's Captain, ain't it?
Cap?
That's what it looked like.
Yeah, it did look like Cap. CBA. So there was a little dude back there.
Okay.
Is that Black Widow?
That was Black Widow.
I told you, motherfucker, she was still alive, didn't I?
Oh, how do you? I mean, you have to return the stone and stone for a soul, right? So.
Right.
You got to be ready.
That's what I was saying all this time.
Turn it back, you get the soul back, right?
Now, the important question is, does Dave Chappelle know? Loki.
The art's interesting.
So is it regarding like stealing the stones that Cap is trying to put back or something?
What to see. Interesting.
Shifting to Marvel Studios' first animated series, coming to Disney
What If?
Plus next summer, What If flips the script on the MCU, taking famous events from the films and reimagining them in unexpected ways. We've assembled a stellar voice cast with many MCU stars reprising their roles. Here's a look at What If.
Okay.
This could be good, but we'll see.
The comics are always interesting.
Reality. It's more than a linear path. It's a prism of endless possibility.
Well, that doesn't sound ominous at all.
I do like the animation.
I would say I'm not a fan of that kind of animation style usually, but
Yeah.
It's like a cell shaded, yeah.
yeah.
Cool.
I think the first one's gonna be taking harder.
To me, it's like somewhere between CG and 2D. Just pick one.
Promised an army.
With the British shield.
You have a super soldier.
Say, isn't that Peggy?
Yep.
Yeah.
You sure don't seem too freaked out about all this, kid. What you
That's
doing out
Steven's
there all
ring?
by yourself anyway?
Exploring the world.
Sounds fun.
Hey, Michael Rooker.
Why stop at one world when we can show you all of them?
I am the Watcher.
Oh.
I am your guide through these vast new realities. Follow me and dare to face the unknown.
What if
Zombies.
And ponder the question.
What if Captain Marvel wants like a C word?
Give me the
Could be good. Oh, it's Doctor Strange. Fighting himself?
Dark Doctor Strange.
Okay.
Yeah, this is one I was kind of interested in. Go ahead.
Just
Sorry.
wrapped production in Australia on our film
Oh.
Shang-Chi and the Legend
Who
of the
gives a
Ten
shit about
Rings.
Shang-Chi? I just gotta say though about Black Widow being alive.
Surrounded on screen by a fantastic cast that includes Awkwafina, Tony
I just
Leung,
agree that
and
Shang-Chi is a way to pander to China. Even though-
Nobody cares.
It is.
And is set to release in theaters
I hadn't even
on July
even
9th,
freaking heard of this comic
2021.
before.
Launching
No,
on Disney
I read
Plus later next year.
Marvel
is
Comics
Miss
on BD8.
Here we go.
American teen superhero.
Well, at least the SJWs
Earlier
hate
this
it
year during
too.
shutdown, we held online auditions
Must
all
be
around
okay.
the world to find our Kamala.
They only hate it because of who's casted. Here we go, and here we're gonna find out who the official cast is.
By a
Yep.
phenomenal cast and creative team that will bring this story to life. So here's an early look.
Incredible
at Miss
Okay.
Marvel.
Oh, for God's sake.
I'll see what
Nobody
the problem
cares.
is.
Is a new kind of superhero. But at the core of all of it, her stories are universal.
She hates white
Miss
people.
Marvel is one of the newer characters
pretty much
in
it.
the Marvel comics.
Your correction,
When it comes in,
Anglo-Saxon
it
people.
grabs the world's imagination like this. And the questions are, when are we going to bring Miss Marvel to the screen?
Nobody's been
Marvel
asking
first
that
came out,
question.
We had such an incredible reaction.
pulling
There she
Twitter,
is.
y'all.
Popular because everybody could see themselves in her.
I never saw a young teenager
I never
of
did.
color,
Can I see
specifically
myself on
Pakistani
screen
in the
before we
comics.
start?
Are you kidding?
I never saw this
The
chick.
casting process was
Go watch
vast.
Literature
When
Devil's
we
video about
discovered
about Ms.
Iman,
Marvel.
we knew that she was Kamala
Incredible.
Khan.
Oh, fuck off. Fuck off.
And then, of
Please.
course, we've got a really incredible
Fuck off. Go-
team of
go back to your
directors,
rich
Bilal
family.
Fallah,
Yeah.
Adel
Yeah.
Al-Arbi, Mira Menon, and
You have to say
Sharmeen
it.
Obaid-Chinoy. And all of them are taking the material and elevating it.
I'm gonna go take a
Very
leak.
human. It's about a teenager figuring out who she is and about relationships. Family and friendship is at the heart.
The
of the
teenager
MCU
figuring out who
canon.
she is
That's
by
what's so exciting
copying
about
a
this
couple of
story
other
is that
superheroes
they're going to
already.
introduce you to
Jesus
new
Christ, they already got
characters. It's also gonna be
footage?
part of the wider MCU.
Yeah,
She's
it
the
looks
ultimate
like they shot this last year.
Yeah.
God.
Well, because I remember doing a video on the racist tweets that
The
the
fact about Miss Marvel is that her
showrunner
idol is
deleted.
Captain
Oh,
Marvel.
no.
Here we
Currently
go.
in the works with director Nia DaCosta. And today I'm
Really,
excited to
yeah,
announce
no,
Miss Marvel,
no.
played by Iman, will be joining Brie Larson.
And there we go. Sorry, Doomcock, you were wrong on this one, and I had a feeling you were.
Monica Rambeau,
Girl power.
Tiana Paris,
It was
whom we will have
recast.
already met
Because my inside guy said there's no way they're firing Brie Larson.
No.
Nor are they going to replace her with an older actor to play the part either.
And here we go with the other thing nobody gives two shits about.
Next year's Eternals, we're introducing a brand new ensemble of superheroes.
But I was right. They're
to the
bringing
MCU,
in Monica
played by a
Rambeau.
spectacular cast.
It's a
Yeah.
freaking
Yeah,
Friends here.
yeah.
Epic story
So where's my
spanning
credit for being
thousands of
right
years,
a year ago?
and it's one of our most important films.
Well, I think we all kind of figured, but yeah, you were right.
On November 5th, 2021.
Nobody cares.
Original Avenger Jeremy Renner returns.
At least it wasn't Spider-Man.
Launching
That
on Disney
was
Plus
another one of
late
Doomcock's
next
fake
year.
rumors.
In our series, Hawkeye teams
No,
up
I
with
said that there I was
another
going to bring
well-known
in
actress
Monica
from Marvel
Rambeau
Comics, Kate
from
Bishop. I'm
WandaVision
very
because
pleased
they
to
have a lot of
confirm
behind
that
the
Kate will
scenes
be
connections.
played by the amazing Haley Steinfeld.
No, I knew once they brought
Rounding out
Raimi
that
in
cast
for
are
Doctor
Vera
Strange,
Farmiga,
something was going to happen with
Rob Fee,
Spider-Man
Oh,
in
the
that
newcomer,
direction. It was
Alakwa
kind of a
Cox,
given.
playing Maya Lopez. The episodes are being directed by Rhys Thomas and the directing duo of Bert and Birdie. Debuting for
I
the
don't know
first
who
time in the
those two
MCU.
are.
Oh, She-Hulk.
Here we
is
go.
coming to Disney
Here
Plus.
we go.
It's a series about a woman trying to navigate the world and be taken seriously as a working professional, despite the fact that she's well over 6'7" and green.
So Murphy,
It's a
Murphy
very funny
Brown.
series being directed by Ed Cuero and Anu Valia. And I can officially confirm that She-Hulk / Jennifer Walters will be played by the talented and Emmy Award-winning Tatiana Maslany. I'm also pleased to reveal
Yeah, because
that
she got
Brilliant
announced and then
Roth
she
is
walked it
returning
back.
as the Abomination.
Really?
We
I
first
like
introduced
Tim
to the
Roth.
MCU in
Really?
2008's The Incredible Hulk.
Interesting.
If that's not enough, I can
Yeah, they did
confirm that
video
the
on
Hulk
it. You gonna watch
himself,
my
Mark
videos?
Ruffalo, will be
I
appearing in the
don't have
series
time to
as
watch
well.
shit,
I know.
Mecca.
And since
Jesus,
Jennifer Walters
dude.
is
Happy
now
hair.
specializes
Remember when Bob was
specifically in
excited about the
superhero-oriented legal cases, you never know what Marvel
I was excited he was
I don't
right.
think Rob was ever excited about the
bringing a
Eternals.
whole new
I just
different
said,
vibe to the
oh,
MCU.
Moon Knight, here we go.
Here we go. Now you're talking about something Rob was
Indiana Jones
really...
type story
Yeah.
coming to life is a Disney Plus series directed by Mohammed Diab. The character Moon Knight is a complex vigilante who suffers from dissociative identity disorder. And these multiple identities that live inside him are very distinct characters in the series.
Mark Spector.
The backdrop of our story is incredible Egyptian iconography. Egyptology is something the world's always been fascinated by, and we're going to tap into it in a fun and bold way.
the aliens
in Moon
landed.
Knight. Now I want to talk about a couple of projects that we haven't announced yet. The first of which is Secret Invasion.
Oh yeah,
coming to
I
Disney
kind
Plus.
of. I think we kind of
Samuel
talked
L.
about that as a
Jackson is back as
possibility.
Nick Fury,
This one.
and Ben Mendelsohn from Captain Marvel returns as the Skrull Talos. Next to
cares?
Civil
Yeah, I remember
War,
talking about this
Secret
after,
Invasion
yeah,
is
Captain
arguably the
America.
biggest crossover
Or
comic
Captain
event in the
America.
last
Jesus
20
Christ,
years.
Captain Marvel.
This would be Spider-Man,
Disney Plus.
Captain Marvel, and
It's about
Spider-Man
a sect of
in
Skrulls
Far
who've
From Home.
infiltrated every level of life on Earth. Ironheart will be a series for Disney
Oh,
Plus about
No!
Dude, that was coming.
who has the most advanced suit of armor since Iron
There's been rumors of this one too.
Dominic Thorne will play the title role. And as we like to do, both Secret Invasion and Ironheart will tie directly to MCU feature films.
Nobody cares, Kevin.
On a series
The
for Disney
Batwoman
Plus
of
based
Iron
on
Man,
Armor
though.
Wars,
No one
a
wanted
classic
that.
Marvel story about Tony Stark's worst fear coming true. It's what happens when his tech falls into the wrong hands. And this series will
Okay.
star beloved member of the MCU, Don Cheadle, will be returning.
I'd rather see Terrence Howard, but that's just me.
One of the best things about expanding the MCU to Disney Plus is that our team at Marvel Studios is finally able to do something
Oh.
we've always wanted to do, but didn't quite
Seriously.
have the right outlet.
Really?
We produced
Well,
our
I'm
first
intrigued.
ever live
I
action
like Guardians of
holiday
the
special.
Galaxy, so.
So do
In
I,
reverent
but
Guardians fashion, the Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special is going to be a lot of fun, especially since James Gunn is back to write and direct. In fact, we're going
Okay.
to shoot it during production of Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3.
I figured as much.
This special
Okay.
will drop the holiday prior to the next Guardians of the Galaxy film, which hits theaters in 2023.
Guess
That's
they got
what I
over that
thought.
whole
And speaking of
fire
Guardians,
stuff.
It could
Yeah,
work.
that was a year ago.
Everyone's favorite little tree, Baby Groot, will
Second
star in a
Loki
Oh,
short
no.
Disney Plus featuring several
you're
new
stretching
episodes.
it, didn't you, Kevin?
That's what he said, Baby Groot. Yeah.
Is that Baby Groot
Updates
show?
on
Baby
Yep.
Groot,
Yeah.
Baby Yoda.
Baby Groot
Baby
show.
Groot.
Films.
I am
In
Groot.
January, we'll begin filming Thor, Love and Thunder.
No, thank
Taika
you.
Waititi And Chris Hemsworth, Natalie Portman, and Tessa Thompson returning. And I'm pleased to confirm that Academy Award-winning actor Christian Bale is playing the villain, Gore. the God
Interesting.
What?
Thor
Gore
Love
the
and
Butcher,
Thunder
okay.
releases in theaters on May 6, 2022.
Worst heavy
As
metal
we announced
title.
at Comic-Con last week, we're moving ahead with Blade.
Here we go.
Academy Award winner Mahershala
Okay.
Ali. The development and storylines are coming
Here's another
together,
one I
and
fucking
we'll have
knew.
announcements very, very soon.
Well, yeah, we all
They're
Director
still
Peyton
trying to
Reed
get
is
with
hard at
Wesley,
work
I
with our
bet.
Marvel Studios team on the
I
third
like
Marvel
it.
film,
Take the
which
drop
will
here.
officially be called
Fantastic
Ant-Man
Four.
and the Wasp: Quantumania.
Well, they're going forward with the third
What?
one. We knew
Michael
that.
Douglas and Michelle Pfeiffer are all
Quantumania?
returning. And Catherine Newton is joining the cast and playing Cassie
Wasn't that movie with the
and in the
Who?
role of Kang the Conqueror,
That's Quantumania.
great actor Jonathan Majors.
Oh, Jonathan Majors is Kang the Conqueror. Okay, that's
I
interesting.
wanted to acknowledge the devastating loss of a dear friend and member
Here
of
we
the
go
Marvel
with this.
Studios
Chadwick
family.
Boseman.
Chadwick Boseman was an immensely talented actor and an inspirational individual who affected all of our lives.
If they
professionally
announce
and
Black
personally.
Panther 2 on top of this, that's going to be
Portrayal
in
of
poor
T'Challa the
taste.
Black Panther is iconic and transcends any iteration of the character in any other medium from Marvel's past. And it's for that reason that we will not recast the character.
Thank you.
However, to
Yes.
honor the legacy that Chad helped us build through his portrayal of the King of Wakanda, we want to continue to explore the world of Wakanda.
You
and
sick
all of the
fuck.
legendary characters introduced in the first film. Writer-director Ryan Coogler is hard at work on the sequel now, and will bring the
Yeah,
film
this
to you
was
in
out
theaters
there.
July 8th.
I know, but
2022.
don't do it now when you do it right on
I
top of
know.
something like that. That was just.
I'm happy
That's
to announce a
bad
film
taste.
about one of the truly
They
iconic
couldn't
Marvel
wait.
families. In fact,
There's no such thing as
Marvel's first
tact in
family,
Hollywood.
Fantastic Four.
Exactly.
Fantastic
working on a
Four.
picture
There it is.
directed by the director of our recent Spider-Man films,
John Watts. Oh, so that means he's going to maybe
We've got a
connect
lot
with
in store at Marvel
Spider-Man?
Studios, and Disney
Yep.
Plus is key to the interconnection and
They did do
Hey,
that
I'm
little
not-
hint at the end of
It will
Home,
be
so
home for both our
I'm
feature
not.
films and our
I'm not
series
against that
for years
because
and years.
F4 and Spider-Man have a long
Since
history.
Marvel first joined Disney back in
They do.
2009,
Who's
Bob
gonna
Iger's been the
play
biggest
Flaming
champion of
Johnny,
the work that
though?
we do.
Idris
None of
Elba,
this
Reed
would have
Richards.
been
Where do I
possible
Where do we
vote?
vote?
So it is now my pleasure to turn things back over to Bob. Thank you.
Bob?
What an amazing
Oh, wait,
presentation by
wait.
Kevin and all of our creative executives. Truly astounding. As you just saw for yourselves, the same attributes that define our theatrical releases, the grand scale and scope,
You don't sound too different from
stunning
him.
artistry, and groundbreaking special effects are also apparent in many of the series we are producing.
The Pope is speaking.
Of course, as remarkable as that presentation was, we obviously didn't have time to show you everything coming to Disney Plus. Particularly,
All right, we're going to
a
go
lot more
back on
original
a few
Disney
things
branded
that,
content.
of
We launched the
course.
service last year with great ambition and high expectations, and we've exceeded them by every measure. There are thousands of episodes of television and hundreds of library titles and theatrical releases. It's truly spectacular. The enormous success of Disney
Now they got
Plus
their own music, Rob.
inspired us to be even
No.
more
We said to
ambitious.
transform it.
And the pipeline of original content we're making is much more robust.
Oh yeah, he's
than
literally
we
building a
initially
church of films
anticipated.
around him.
With an incredibly impressive number of great new episodic series,
All in all, they're just
documentaries,
another brick in the
Because he's got the
wall.
cross right above
in
his
the
head.
next
That's
few
what the
years.
plus is, the cross.
We're also arriving at a much quicker cadence. We've set a target of 100 plus new titles per year, and this includes Disney Animation, Disney Live Action, Pixar, Marvel, Star Wars, and
Actually, you'd
National
hear that
Geographic.
sound after the echo off of
And
all those
course,
movie titles,
we'll
right?
continue to add more to our rich library as well. It's been an unbelievable first year, and the response from audiences around the world has been extraordinary. We've clearly positioned ourselves as a leader in the direct-to-consumer space, and the fact is, we're only just getting started. This video truly captures why we're so excited about the future of Disney Plus. Enjoy.
Ugh. Oh, we can't watch that crap.
Nah.
All right, so while they're doing that junk, because we can't show it. Yeah, they're jerk offs for that, and plus they got music playing we don't need. To catch up, they're gonna do a live action Chippendale fucking Rescue Rangers movie.
Oh,
"Quote unquote" live action. What's gonna be a bunch of people? They're gonna
Yeah, I can't remember who they said. It's like Andy Samberg and think somebody else is playing Chippendale. I can't remember. Fuck.
they're gonna have to cast
Oh,
from the
Justin
furry.
Long probably, because he already played one of those, right?
I think there's a-
No, it was some other obnoxious actor.
Great gamer, Marvel Kent,
Seth Rogen?
or Miss Marvel.
No, somebody like that though.
He brings Boag. First of all, Boag Mexican $20. I wouldn't even pirate this trash.
Oh, we'll get there. We got Tim Riggs first says they're going at it like a monkey with forearms the size of Popeye to see how much they can spooge out on the wall and have it stick. Pretty much.
They lost how many? They lost what, 70 billion this year. They laid off 38,000 people. Like,
yeah, but supposedly gained another fucking 12 million subscribers in the last couple months here too. Because now they're up to 83 million, according to a recent report. DCB Titan says, Ironheart, fucking why? The only good thing she did in the comics was get beat down by Thanos and then get told she wasn't worth killing.
because they have to be inclusive. Seriously,
Jesus.
Devil has a lot better takes on these new characters than I ever could. Go to his channel, not now, of course, but head over to his channel at some point. And watch them, and you'll see. He lays it all out. These
and
characters.
Boeg, asked why we were excited. I'm not excited so much. Some of this stuff we're just like, we fucking called it, and then like Fantastic Four, we are a little bit excited for it, to be honest with you.
I'm curious
if they
about
don't fuck it up. There's some things that are looking a little bit more interesting. Of course, then we had Pinocchio from Robert Zemeckis
again.
And Tom Hanks is going to be in it. Then they got Enchanted sequel, Cruella. Then they did some stupid bullshit.
What could you possibly Cruella de Vil?
It's taking place in the 70s and it's supposed to be all punk rock crap.
Right. You go to CB McCarthy. Cruella's going to be there.
Okay, I think they're going to get into financial stuff.
And there she is now.
Thanks to all of you for joining us. We are so proud of what we've been able to share.
Yeah,
she
got $11 million in incentives this year. What did you guys get?
Continue to see such tremendous
and another 11 next year.
And here's that other one from Boeg that Rob read already, but thank you.
Throughout the day, our more aggressive direct-to-consumer business plans, supported by our new organizational structure, will allow us to further increase the value that our services deliver to consumers.
Yeah, this is just
we'll
all.
Also
I think we're gonna jump past this, but the other big news, of course,
in our goal of maximizing long-term shareholder value.
Let me get up here. Was all the Lucasfilm announcements?
All of you about our direct-to-consumer businesses, and we will continue providing the key metrics.
First off, we've got, of course, the Children of Blood and Bone. Who gives a shit?
That's
Willow.
right.
Willow, we already knew about.
Okay, so Willow, though, there was an update on Willow. I sent it to Rob yesterday.
What was that update?
It's going to be a Lady Whammon Willow.
Yeah, more female-centric.
Well, Laura Dannon is who it's going to be about, right?
What is this? I don't know. What is this? The Acolyte? What is that? Which one's Taika Waititi's film? Is that The Acolyte here?
No, that's Headland.
Leslie Headland's show.
Oh, really?
And that's
which is actually kind of appropriate because she is kind of
okay. Let's go one by one here. Okay, let's try to okay. The Rangers of the Republic. I guess that's about the two X-wing fighters that are in fucking Mandalorian.
Yeah, that's a one spin.
I would suspect so, with a little bit of Cara.
Somebody leaked some of the trailer, so that is it had the Filoni fucking starfighter in it. Andor we know is the Casio keyboard series. Obi-Wan Kenobi we already know. Bad Batch is the animated one. We know that.
Yeah.
Okay, of course. Then we got Visions. Visions was which one was Visions? Help me out here.
They're short films. They're a bunch of
that's the short. Yeah, okay, that's the anime short films. Lando, of course, is Pando Lando series.
Yeah, that's another series.
The droid story is one I'm actually kind of curious about. That's a 3PO and R2D2 limited series.
Yep. They're in there. Yeah, they're in there, but there's some new droid or hero that's in there, so it's like R2D2 and 3PO are like second fiddles pretty much in that.
Yeah, so like I don't know about that one. Then Rogue Squadron, which I'm sure is just
Top Gun in Star Wars.
Patty Jenkins one.
Yep. And then Accolade is the High Republic one with Miss Leslie Headland, and of course Ahsoka we already knew about too. So
yeah, we knew Ahsoka.
Yeah, there you go. And then of course they also announced that not only will Indiana Jones 5 still be happening, it will be the last Indiana Jones film.
Thank God.
And Harrison Ford is still in there.
It needs to be done.
What was that, Mecca?
There was only 3 anyway, though.
Touche. Dark's Blade says with $2, least it's a lawyer She-Hulk. Yeah, I'm not a big She-Hulk fan, but I'm a little bit more interested now after hearing what we heard. So, yeah, I got your stuff here, Willie. We'll get into that here in a bit.
The Obi-Wan series. That's do we break the news gently or?
No, so the Obi-Wan series, what we've learned is that it takes place 10 years after Revenge of the Sith instead of 8 years, so they changed that. And Hayden Christensen is coming in to be a stunt double for Darth Vader, because obviously you have to get James Earl Jones in to do the voice.
Well, I was just going to say, you're burying the lead. That was the big news, is that Hayden Christensen will return as Darth Vader. For some fucking reason, they got to have Obi-Wan and Vader face up at some point when they shouldn't.
Again?
But like, what's the point of getting him? He's just going to be in the suit all the time. Are they going to shoot him outside of the suit? Because there's no point in having him in the show.
Oh, yeah, they'll have him in the fucked up makeup.
Who cares?
Yeah.
Rangers of the New Republic. Who cares?
Yeah, I was more disappointed when I found out that wasn't the Cara Dune series. Chuck E. Cheese sends in $5. If failing upward was an Olympic sport, Disney executives would be the Soviet Union. And by the way, hello, Chuck E. Cheese. Ain't seen you in a while. How you doing, man? Oh, man, that is so true. And Andrea sends us another ARS 50. Says, where is Solo 2? Why Lando and not Han Solo? Not that I want that meh movie. I think that's what that basically got turned into, was the Lando series instead of us getting a sequel to Solo.
Yeah.
Or Blando and more like it.
Blando, yeah.
Oh, for God's sake.
And that's because you want to know why that is, because everything everybody said was the only good thing about that was what's his face did all right as young Lando, except for the Pando part.
Don
Yeah,
Glover.
Troy from Community was he was pretty good in it.
But this looks like all stuff though that they went to the internet to crowdsource. Whatever
this
people
is
react.
stuff that they pitched a couple of years ago. That was all going to be shelved, and then when the coup hit, they had to bring it all back.
Yeah.
Now, to be clear, the only two of these that are movies are Rogue Squadron and Indiana Jones.
Yep.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And which is funny because we heard we weren't getting any Star Wars movies for a while.
Yeah,
but
they were gonna let them stick them on the shelf for what they were going to slow down with Star Wars.
They were going to step away from it because
Rogue Squadron,
the investors calls about Star Wars, and they said, "Oh, we're just going to shelve it for the time being."
Where's the Rian Johnson series though? Trilogy.
Well, that trilogy.
Oh, that was another nobody mentioned no mention of Rian Johnson so fucking ever.
And we don't have the Taika Waititi Star Wars film yet either, right?
What the hell?
No, I don't think they announced which one he was. Was he involved in any of these ones that they mentioned? I don't think he was.
No, I don't think so.
Well, Tom, as we know, though, I mean, Rian Johnson is always more than willing to talk to us, and I still asked him if he had any feelings about the Mandalorian, and again, this is what he had to say.
I hate that stupid puppet.
Oh, Ryan, Baby Yoda's so adorable. Peppermint oil capsule, 2 pounds. Sorry, I can't stay. Any chance MEAD radio this weekend?
As long as I'm not too busy, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Should be. I spent enough money on CDs this last week. I better do some. And then the Disney Plus price will go up. That was another bit of news announced. I think the whole is Mishifik, if I'm saying it right. His Star Wars is gonna be another couple of years out because he's gonna be busy making Thor. So, a lot of this Star Wars news, none of it is that exciting.
No,
none of it.
If anything, it just set my teeth on edge pretty much.
It's all
10 Star Wars related series.
Yes,
and
10. I thought the guy misspoke. The person who's now the head of digital.
Well, that's
and all
11
that.
on the screen, though.
Yeah, I thought he misspoke. It's 10 Star Wars series. I'm like,
Children of Blood and
right?
Bones is a separate one. Willow obviously is its own thing, and Rogue Squadron is a movie.
That's about it.
Separate, so.
Yeah.
And Rogue Squadron ain't coming until 2023, folks.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm surprised they even announced it.
Way out. And Taika's, I don't think.
Guarantee you has a strong female lead. Isn't it the one Patty Jenkins is directing?
Yes, that's the one Patty Jenkins is directed, and that's the only one that's a movie. Yeah.
It'll have a strong female character as the lead, who has
They'll
brown
bring in
hair.
Wedge Antilles as either a Jester or Viper, and he'll be the one that has to help the new Maverick, whoever that is.
Yeah.
I like that, Stephen Otten. Disney has a different definition of slowing down than I do.
Yeah, what happened to that Star Wars fatigue Bob Iger was talking about last year, right?
No, no, you know what happened was
Baby
Mandalorian
Yoda.
fucking happened and Baby Yoda happened. Yeah.
Tim
Tim
we're not
Riggs.
seeing Baby Yoda in any of this, and I don't think anybody's going to show up for a lot of these.
Well,
without
he's
Baby
either
Yoda.
going to continue to be in Mandalorian or he'll get shifted over into the Ahsoka or one of the other series somewheres. Tim Riggs sends $9.99. I absolutely guarantee that 80% of this is way, way overpaid for. I also guarantee that I could get more satisfying character and plot development being pleasured by a go on painkillers. You're probably not wrong, Tim, but no, you are right. Absolutely on the other part too, because I just read earlier that
the go paint stuff part. I mean that part. And Tim, what you do in your spare time is your business, man. We don't.
Well, yeah. That, like I said, he might be right on that, but the part he is definitely right on is that Disney is not going to see any profit on this until like 2024.
Yep.
Like that's if things continue to go upwards.
Someone saying the Simon Park and Kathleen Kennedy ain't going anywhere. I'm starting to agree with you.
Well, we
I was saying
reported that
last year. Like, who's going to replace her? If they can't find a replacer, she's staying there. And
The Mandalorian
there's
saved
no
her
one on this
ass.
panel. Yeah.
The Mandalorian saved her ass.
I'm sick of seeing her, though. I'm absolutely sick of seeing her because all I can think about is Rey and the failure of the Last Jedi. You were the one that was the master. You and your little story group, your little coffee clutch there, were the ones that were the behind the Last Jedi, and you wanted to humiliate Luke.
Well, and Sander brings up a great point here, and this also goes to what I've been saying this whole time about the whole HBO thing. It's all to do with HBO Max, or the Warner Brothers thing. Because Disney is still banking and hoping that theaters will fucking open. They do not have the money to afford to dump all this shit as lost leaders on Disney+. They're not like AT&T. They can't eat it. They can't afford it. They don't have parks open right now. They don't have any extra cash coming in whatsoever.
No, at best, they're getting $6 billion a year off of Disney Plus, and that's already been spent. And it's going to be spent years in advance. So it's going to be a long time before they start seeing any actual profit off that service.
Yeah, I saw earlier today a report that said, analysts said, and that's if they continue the growth where they're at. It'll be 2024 before they see any profit on all the money they've spent on this bastard. That's crazy. Andreas Fernandez sends in ARS 50, says, blame it on Baby Yoda. Without that creep, Kathleen would be gone. I wouldn't say it's completely on Baby Yoda, but that's probably a big reason why. With all this material on the island of Tortugas, tourism recover from the coup quickly, says the Twiki kid. Oh, gosh. Yeah, and I loved Bob's little comment about being stuck at home, too. That was really funny. Ha, ha, ha. Christian Corleo says, with $5, I'd rather they made a film series based on the Disney World ride Extraterrestrial. Also, do you guys generally look down on animation? No, I actually am a huge animation fan. Mecca is not a big fan, but she's pretty selective.
Most
Yeah, she's a
animation writers
very
look down on
selective.
animation, actually, because they think it's for kids and they don't know how to write for kids because they write for kids as if they're stupid as opposed to learning human beings.
Ron Friedman, who wrote the first two G.I. Joe miniseries, it says nobody who writes wants to work in animation because that's considered the boneyard. That's where you go when your career's pretty much over.
In the 80s, yeah.
And then Danny Boy says with £5 here, hey guys, will this force HBO Max to up the ante? They kind of did. Honestly, I think this is Disney kind of being caught with their pants down a little bit at the same time. Because again, they're relying on theaters. This was where everybody's going to wait and see what Disney said, and evidently they picked the side of the talent right now. And
they're banking on the theaters, and they're trying to make Warner Brothers blink with this decision. And so I guess with Black Widow coming out this spring, that we're going to see what's going to happen.
Yeah. Again, I think they're being too optimistic. My bet is we're going to see I still have a feeling we're going to see Black Widow simultaneously on Disney Plus and what
day and date,
yeah. Yeah. I know, Vissinger, you want us to watch some anime. Rob's the closest one to an anime fan here, but we've been talking about possibly bringing somebody into the fold who's
I just got the
into the
steelbook of Princess Mononoke, actually.
Nice.
Yeah, it is. Oh god, I saw it at the movie theaters. I saw it in a movie theater, a little like art house theater.
But okay, yeah. Speaking of, to jump back to Taika Waititi and why they didn't probably announce his Star Wars film. That's probably because obviously he's working on Thor: Love and Thunder, and Willie sent me this, what was a leak from a while back about Thor, and since we now know that Christian Bale is in the movie and that is confirmed, that supports a lot more of this leak. So I'm going to read it real quick here. Christian Bale is playing the villain Gore in this version. Gore is an alien whose race was slaughtered by Hela. He blames the Asgardians after years of searching, retrieved the Necro Sword, and to wipe them out. Okay, I'll try and read this, I should say. Thor is having intergalactic adventures with the Guardians of the Galaxy when Gore attacks and wounds him, then announces he will kill the remaining Asgardians on Earth. Thor goes there to protect them with Rocket and Groot. Thor can't find Gore. He's forced to ask Jane Foster for help. Gore's sword is powered by dark energy, and Jane might be able to trace it. Jane is now working for SWORD, and director Abigail Brand is not happy when Thor shows up needing help. Thor, Jane, and Brand go to New Asgard, where they reunite with Valkyrie and time-displaced Loki. That'll connect with the Loki series, evidently. Who ends up a prisoner there after he happens, and this lines up with the so this even supports more of this leak. Happens on his spin-off series, along with Loki is a new time-displaced Mjolnir that doesn't answer to Thor because it's under a different spell. Gore tricked Thor into leading him to New Asgard and destroys it with his army of shadow berserkers. During the chaos, Jane wields Mjolnir and fends off Gore for the time being. Brand places the Asgardians under Sword's protection at an outpost near a small town in Oklahoma. Thor trains Jane to control Mjolnir, and they reconnect. Valkyrie and Brand also develop a bond. Loki escapes and joins forces with Gore and to use Jane's research on dark energy to harness it, through the Necro Sword, to defeat Thor. Dark energy has time-altering properties that Loki wants. All leads to major battle between Thor and Jane against Gore across time and space, while Valkyrie, something or other, is cut off here. Sorry. I think that's it. Yeah, that's all he sent me. So there you go. There's a quick breakdown of good possibility of what we're going to see in Thor: Love and Thunder. Then don't listen, Jay.
Still not interested. Fatal. Hey, Fatal.
I love you, Fatal, but just don't listen. If you don't want to spoil
it.
Put it on mute.
Yo, hold up. That's my only impression of Little Kid.
And it's really bad. And yeah, Lorena just sent me the same thing Mecca did. And there was a little bit about this earlier, but now Denis Villeneuve has joined everybody else in blasting HBO Max in this move. So this goes more into what I was saying about I have a feeling they didn't get their ducks in a row, evidently. I don't know if Rob wants to read this real quick since I suck at reading shit.
Yeah, hang on a second. I'm going to pull this up. Dune director Denis Villeneuve blasts HBO Max deal. Exclusive. Not anymore, Nate. I learned in the news. Who's I? By him. This is by him. He wrote this. Yeah. I learned in the news that Warner Brothers has decided to release Dune on HBO Max. Should I read it in a French accent? At the same time as the theatrical release, using prominent images from our movie to promote the streaming service. No, that's okay. With this decision, AT&T hijacked one of the most respected.
I really doubt he said.
Yeah, that's not a Quebecer thing. That's a French thing.
That's actually the law. I mean, you have to say if you're French at the end of
he's French Canadian. He's not French. Big difference.
So I have to say A at the end of every sentence.
Yeah, they might say A sometimes.
Film history, A. There is absolutely no love for cinema, A. Nor the audience here, A. Okay, that's beating a dead horse. And it's all about survival of a telecom mammoth, one that is currently bearing an astronomical debt of more than $150 billion. Therefore, even though Dune is about cinema and audiences, AT&T is about its own survival on Wall Street. Wow.
I fucking knew it!
With HBO Max's launch a failure thus far, AT&T decided to sacrifice Warner Brothers' entire 2021 slate in a desperate attempt to grab the audience's attention.
I won't do it again, but I fucking knew it.
Warner Brothers' sudden reversal from being a legacy home for filmmakers, to a new era of complete disregard draws a clear line for me. Filmmaking is a collaboration, reliant on the mutual trust of teamwork, and Warner Brothers has declared they are no longer on the same team. Streaming services are a positive and powerful addition to the movie and TV ecosystems, but I want the audience to understand that streaming alone can't sustain the film industry as we know it before COVID. Before the great toilet paper shortage. Streaming can produce great content, but not movies of Dune scope and scale. Warner Brothers' decision means that Dune won't have, I got to sound like Andre when I say it, won't have the chance to perform financially in order to be viable, and piracy will ultimately triumph. Warner Brothers.
You know what's weirder is when he says Dune, I almost hear like fucking Toto's score in the background. You know, the whole thing. Anyway, Tim Riggs says, rather watch a man pleasure a camel than Disney Plus. You mean a man feed camel like hay or something? Or what do you mean there? I'm not give him water?
Warner Bros. Might have just killed the Dune franchise. This is one for the fans. AT&T's John Stanky said that the streaming horse left the barn. I can't help it. In truth, the horse left the barn for the slaughterhouse. Public safety comes first. Nobody argues with that, which is why when it became apparent the winter would bring a second wave of the great toilet paper shortage, I understood and supported the decision to delay Dune's opening by almost a year. The plan wasn't that Dune would open in theaters in October 2021. Vaccinations will be advanced and hopefully the virus behind us. Science tells us everything should be back to a new normal next fall. Dune is by far the best movie I've ever made. How many movies have you made? How many movies is
4 or 5?
Yeah, that's
a handful.
But he's done some pretty critically acclaimed ones between Arrival and stuff like that. Yeah.
Okay. My team and I devoted more than 3 years of our lives to make it a unique big screen experience. Our movie's image and sound were meticulously designed to be seen in theaters. I'm speaking on my own behalf, though I stand, in solidarity with the 15 other filmmakers who now face the same fate. Please know I am with you, and together we are strong. The artists are the ones who create movies and series. I strongly believe the future of cinema will be on the big screen, no matter what any Wall Street dilettante says. Since the dawn of time, humans deeply needed a communal storytelling experiences. Cinema on the big screen is more than a business. It is an art form that brings people together, celebrating humanity, enhancing our empathy for one another. It's one of the very last artistic, in-person collective experiences we share as human beings.
Okay.
What?
Yeah, this is one thing I just want to stop you real quick, because this is exactly what I'm talking about when I say there's an agenda in Hollywood, and they don't care about the money in Hollywood, because you have a great example right here. The big guys at AT&T, they're coming in and they're going, we don't give a fuck about anything but money. We want to make money. And right now the money's in streaming, and we're going to do this thing. This is why I know that if they ever tried to change tides in Hollywood and go another way with the politics stuff, this is the kind of pushback they would get. Not from like Denny Villeneuve necessarily, but they would get this from everybody across the board, like we're seeing against Warner Brothers right now. Script knows what I'm talking about.
Exactly.
And that's why it'll never change.
It's not. Yeah, the attitude's not going to change. AT&T is looking primarily at just trying to keep their heads above water financially, and you have a group within Hollywood, and I understand where they're coming from, that don't want the method of how we deliver our entertainment to change.
Right. And again, like, I know they're two different scenarios, but again, like I'm pointing out here, is like if like all the Hollywood studios were going to go, oh, we need to start making money, we're not going to do all this woke shit anymore, all the talent would turn on them.
Yes, exactly. Completely ignoring the fact that you need the money in order to pay for the art you want to create, and that's the hardest thing to reconcile when you work in this industry. Is like sometimes you have a dream picture that you want to do, but you know deep down it's not going to make any money, and no one wants to invest in it unless you become a big name worthy of that investment.
Yeah, and we got a couple super chats here. Boeg says, piracy wins. Drink up, me hearties, yo-ho. Yeah, that's going to be a big problem for him. And Mark C says, did you say they didn't announce Taika Waititi's Star Wars film? No, they did not. No. But I think that's just because he still hasn't even made Thor yet. I think they're still working on that.
Just doing shooting on January.
That he was working on the script for it. And KK just announced that he's taking a fresh new approach to Star Wars.
There you go. There's your answer.
Meaning a female lead with a brown hair and a British accent.
Probably. Tim Riggs says with $4.99, gangbangs are a collective in-person experience. What the fuck is he talking about?
Oh, God. I like the way you think, Tim.
But no, I mean, I'm sure you could continue with this, Rob, but I think we get the gist here. Yeah, it's the same thing we've been hearing from all the other talent that are calling Warner Brothers former brothers now. And
CAA, the head of CAA did a letter to the studio saying that, hey, this is not a good idea and that you're compromising the back end points. And what I kind of see through all the BS is that, yeah, a lot of these people are upset because they're losing the potential money that they would have made through their North American theatrical distribution. They probably don't have the best deal with regards to international, and that's why they're so up in arms about this. And I mean, I understand that to a point, but I can see a lot of. I haven't heard any real producers, like big name producers, speak out against this yet, and I think I know why. And I think it's because they're finally getting the direction they want, which is the tighter budgets on films for the future. And I think that's why they're kind of silent at this moment until someone decides to break the silence, in which case, depending on how popular that particular producer is, others will fall in line. But for right now, it's only really the agents and the directors,
Christopher Nolan,
that are up in arms of this because, one, the back end points on money, two, the prestige, and three, finding out that, hey, if they go into a streaming service, we're never going to get our $150 to $250 million budgets for a film.
Yeah, they're finally realizing this. That's the funny part. Is like they're just finally coming around to this. It's like, you idiots, you didn't see this coming a mile away because we did. And you guys are in the industry. That just shows you the bubble they live in, right? What was that?
Well, they're in the top tier end of the industry, which means you have no idea what's going on. If they say they want a blank check for a movie, they usually get it. I'm in the bottom tier of the industry where I get it all the time. It's like, listen, we only got like $20 million. Can you make a movie for that? And I'm like, well, yeah, you always say yes, but when you write something that you want to pitch that you would say, oh, that's like a $60 million budget, they'd be like, no, this has to be like 15 million or something. And you're like, ugh. Like, because that's the side of things that I'm on. Like, you're limited by how much you can raise. But a guy like Christopher Nolan, for 8 years, they've pretty much given him a blank check for his films. And now that's going to change. And that's what he's really more upset about.
Oh, Lord.
And I think Denis Villeneuve is in the same boat, too, because, again, like Blade Runner 2049, really expensive film. Really expensive. A lot of gorgeous aspects about it.
It didn't make enough money to make.
No, it did not.
They're taking investor questions now. It looks like that'd be interesting to listen to, but yeah, I don't think we're going to bore the audience with that too much. So outside of all these announcements we just had, what ones really kind of stick out to you guys most? Let's start with Lorena. What one kind of stuck out to you most or made you most excited?
That is an excellent question. Honestly,
time's up. No, I'm kidding.
I'm interested in the Doctor Strange film just because I like the first Doctor Strange film, and also WandaVision. Outside of that, there's nothing really stoking my interest at all.
Yeah, Mecca.
I gotta look at them again. What were they?
I was figuring your answer was going to be Baby Groot. So,
well, we don't know if it's a Baby Groot show. But,
yeah, that's what they said it was.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. I'm looking at like the Star Wars ones. I don't care about the Star Wars ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, me neither.
Yeah. I'm curious. I'm more curious about the Loki show now that I've seen the trailer for it. WandaVision, I was already pretty curious about and excited for. I'm curious what they're doing with She-Hulk. I'm glad I was right about Captain Marvel too. So
Yeah.
I gotta probably make a video, and I was right neener, I guess, from a year and a half ago. And I'm curious what they're gonna do with Ms. Marvel. I hope it's just a cute coming of age sort of 12-year-old girl sort of show. I hope they just kind of put, I hope it's just going to be focusing on the marketing crap, and then we can just kind of put aside all their stupid Twitter drama with it's this representation, this race, and this, she's not this enough for this role. Hopefully that's just to generate some buzz about it at the expense of, the culture. But
I just want them to just write good stories. Who cares
Yeah.
about representation?
That's too much to ask for Lorena.
I need to talk with someone.
Rob, what are you most excited about? Let me guess. Fantastic Four.
Yeah, because we knew that was coming. We knew, now we have yes until everybody starts saying Idris Elba should be Reed Richards. Where do I vote?
Well, I've been hearing a lot of rumors lately about the John Krasinski rumor.
Well, he better be.
I've heard they might be getting him for director and star, and then some of the things we've been hearing. I've been hearing again.
I got a feeling they've been talking to him for over a year behind the scenes. Because
he does have a fan following, but can you think of any sort of roles that Krasinski has played where he's like a really likable character that you want to listen to? Because I can't personally.
The upside they have here is he can both direct and act in it. And he's not an expensive
Yeah, but that
guy.
usually comes at the cost of one or the other. I mean, in most cases, when an actor is trying to direct himself.
But what they'll end up doing is they'll probably get him an action director to direct the action. Yeah. And he'll just handle
he's not directing any action scenes. They're already probably digitally being rendered as we speak.
Yeah, exactly. That's how they run things over there. So, okay, let's even take that out of the equation. I mean, he's not a very expensive actor, but he's well-known enough. You know what I mean? He kind of fits that Marvel kind of aesthetic. Either they get an up-and-comer or somebody who's like a veteran who's not that well-known, but known well enough, I should say.
Yeah.
Oh, the video game awards are happening right now.
Yeah, they just announced, I guess, Evil Dead game. So there you go for those who are interested. But yeah,
I was like, the video game awards, that's still a thing?
Yeah, technically the fourth if you count the Carmen version. That is true. Script, what are you looking forward to most? Or did you have anything else to add, Rob?
Not looking forward to, not really much of anything. I'm just more curious, really. That's about it. There's nothing that I feel compelled to see. I mean, I'm curious about She-Hulk and WandaVision. She-Hulk because I like the John Byrne thing, but I know we're not going to be getting anything near that quality in the series. WandaVision just because I think the trailers are pretty interesting. I want to see what's going on there. But on the Star Wars side of things, there's nothing of interest. I just see a lot of issues and potential fan division from those shows as they will slowly be eked out. And that's I mean, maybe Fantastic Four because it is John Watts, or not John Watts.
John
I'm
Watts.
blanking on his name. Yeah, John Watts is. I
think that's right.
John Watts,
the guy who does the Spider-Man. Yeah.
He did the Spider-Man. Yeah, he's doing the Spider-Man series, so he's going to move over to Fantastic Four. So, yeah, I'm curious about that one too. I'm wondering how they're going to do it. It's going to be very interesting to see.
And then Mark C comes in actually with that same thing. Do you think Tim Allen not being Buzz Lightyear has to do with him being conservative? Also, they announced John Watts as FF director. Yeah, we just mentioned that. I didn't notice that I didn't hear that he wasn't doing the voice. That's kind of stupid.
Yeah, it's actually going to be Chris
kind of weird.
That's doing the voice.
Oh, that's right. You just brought that up.
Yeah, it's I can kind of see it both ways. I can see it the fact that due to the different direction that they're trying to take this, it would make sense to use a different voice character, but you also can't discount the fact that Tim Allen is, unapologetically conservative. So that could have something to do with it. I can kind of see it on both.
He's a mild conservative by and all things considered, though. For Hollywood.
Oh, yeah. Extremely.
He's kind of he looks kind of extreme, but for a regular person, from a regular perspective, he's kind kind of more centrist with a little right leaning to him.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, but
the other part too is the Buzz Lightyear thing confirmed a cartoon or is it live action?
no, it's a cartoon, but it's
Yeah. So yeah.
think about it as it's not the toy, it's the actual Buzz Lightyear.
actual
Yeah,
the
it's supposed to be
Buzz
like a
Lightyear
big budget
series.
movie version of it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I can
Yeah.
see the difference in getting a new voice actor and using, Chris Evans as opposed to Tim Allen, because honestly, Toy Story needs to be retired. I love it, but the series just needs to end with the fourth
Oh,
one.
the
So I
fourth one
think
was
having,
dumb.
yeah, I think having Tim Allen would just bring that back up, and that chapter needs to be closed.
Yeah, I did not like the fourth one all that much. Tim Riggs sends another $4.99. I'm looking forward to buying a lot of Kleenexes when I get to see the Brazers version of WandaVision and possible Black Widow.
Oh boy.
Don't get Rob started now. Mr. Tickle Trunk also sends us a super sticker. I don't have the thing up, so I can't see what it is here.
It's going to be starring Mr. Tickle Trunk.
Yeah. It is a little Boshiba dog, farting hearts, as always. Thank you so much. Yeah, so me personally, the Loki thing, probably kind of excited to see what they come up with Fantastic Four. Like you guys, the Star Wars shit, not the least bit interested in. The Mighty Ducks thing could be good if it goes the Cobra Kai route, but I'm not holding my breath. Not happy about any of the other remakes, like you guys are saying. Not happy about much else coming out. Doesn't look that. The What If looks okay. Some of the Marvel stuff looks interesting. But again, I wait with bated breath because I'm not so sure it's going to be what we're hoping for. I don't know. We'll see. At least the trailers looked promising. I wouldn't say I'm any more interested in Winter Soldier and Falcon more than I was before, but I do like the new costume. That was about it. I don't know. Anything else you guys thought that stuck out to you guys at all?
Like I said, the whole. Let me just say that. Okay, you know what? Is make the case all you want. There's certain people who are in our audience. They're on our Facebook group. Make the case for Ms. Marvel and Riri Williams all you want. Stop it. Okay, nobody is interested in these things. There's a reason why the Avengers game lost $96 million. Was it $96 million? Or it was a lot. Well, a lot more money.
Like
than
60 or 70 or something. Yeah.
A lot more money than I'm ever going to see in a lifetime. But there's a reason. Like I said, nobody wants these characters. Nobody stops pretending you like. Oh, no, they're popular. They're popular. No, they're not. Shut up. They're not.
Christian says
accounts. Those aren't real people, Rob.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
Well, Christian says no X-Men announcement. Well, that goes with what we heard, that they were going to kind of hold off on X-Men for a little bit.
The X-Men kind of need a break. I mean,
yeah. They've been done to death, honestly.
Well, and where they're going to sprinkle things in, like we said, but then it'll be like another 4 or 5 years before we actually see it. No Deadpool 3 announcement, but this is more to do with Disney than it did with Fox.
Yeah.
Because they didn't really say anything about FX, but not Fox so much. I don't remember them bringing anything up about Fox. So I'd be more upset if they did. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, no Deadpool 3 announcement. Yeah. I mean, well, that'll probably come at like D23 or something like that.
It'll come in some other form because they did like I said, they did do some FX announcements, but outside of that, it was all Disney.
Yeah, because this is the dog and pony show for the investors. Because remember, this investor event was supposed to have been held a couple of weeks prior, and they pulled it without any notice, and then wound up rescheduling it. So this whole event is just out there just to get the investors ginned up, and I think they're going over investor questions
to make them buy more stock.
Yeah, they're doing video calls with the investors. These are not stockholders like, I am with my 5 shares. These are like the big investment houses like UBS, like JP Morgan, pre-selected investment houses to ask canned questions, because hardly any of them are really hardball questions, that they ask. So that's the panel going on right now. So that's what this whole event
it's their own performance.
Exactly.
So we got to see them sniff their own farts.
Pretty much.
Yeah. Because if you go back and you pull up the earnings call that they had the beginning of last month, oh no, they were very tight-lipped. Like, oh, we can't answer you on that. They would ask about India. Oh, well, we're not giving any information about that. We're going to have to find out when we have our Investor Day event. That was the whole tone of the Q4 earnings call.
Well, there you go, folks.
Any information could tip the stock price. That's part of the problem. I mean, they cannot
overvalued right now. It's so overvalued.
They cannot release anything though any information that they're not ready to release.
Oh, absolutely. That's what they're going to do. That's why they have these events after the market has closed too.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Yeah. Why can't they tell us anything? Or something. It was because they legally cannot tell you. I mean, imagine I would have that argument with people in gaming with gamers all the time. Why don't they say anything? Because they have to be careful about what they release to the public. Mm-hmm. Otherwise, they could pump up the stock price, and people will dump a bunch of shares before, pump and dump. And then the SEC comes a knocking, and people go to prison for insider trading.
I don't know if you missed it, John. They did announce an Alien series from FX. So,
Noah Hawley.
Yep. So there you go, folks. That's all the big news.
Speaking of Star Trek, did you guys see STD today?
No, I avoided it.
I don't watch that. I don't watch that.
So fucking stupid.
Andre didn't say anything about reviewing it, so I avoided it.
Why did I waste the brain cells then?
Oh, after Picard, I will not watch any more.
I got fed an interesting tidbit though. Script. I want to get your reaction to this.
Sure.
The copyright for the first script of Strange New Worlds says 2019.
Oh, I'll trade you that for.
I don't have it.
Todd McFarlane's Zorro script I just got.
I wish I had it. I was just told this by a very fucking reliable source.
Well, he said it on his live stream. RMB says he might have seen.
The little shit does that to me every fucking time. He says, you don't know about this. You didn't see it. Yeah, and then he goes and says it on some stream.
He says he might have seen a page or two.
He's full of shit. Never mind. I'm not going to say it.
Okay. Yeah, he might have seen a page or two. Yeah.
He might have seen a page or two. I'm not saying he did. But he said on the stream today he might have.
Did he say anything else about it? Because he left me fucking hanging last night on it.
No, he didn't say anything. He just said he might have seen a page or two.
Yeah.
Or three.
He's worse than a tease girlfriend, I tell you.
Do we have to talk about Star Trek though?
No, we really don't, because I didn't watch it.
It's still bad. It's stupid. You know what we want to talk about? We want to talk about Nobody.
Oh, Nobody. Yeah, that looks like a really good movie.
Yeah. It's basically Better Call Saul with John Wick sort of, writing.
Oh,
it's the same.
Really?
It's Bob Odenkirk is
he's what did he call himself?
He's like a cleaner sort of. He's a former spy sort of guy who goes in and like takes care of problems. Yeah. But he's a family man, so he's this retired family man. He's not retired. Well, he's a retired bad guy. He's a family man now. Yeah. It's kind of like Joker. It's kind of like falling down.
Who's the star?
John Wick. Watch the trailer. It's really, really good. I wish I could play it.
Bob Odenkirk. It's Better Call Saul.
Bob. Okay. Roger Haynes sends in a Canadian $5. He says, if Grogu summons Mace Windu, Boba Fett will totally lose his shit. Is that where all this Mace Windu business is coming from? I guess I never connected the two. I didn't think about that.
Did Boba actually see Mace Windu do that?
Yeah, he was there.
Did he just find the helmet afterwards?
No, I was pretty sure he saw the whole event taking place. I could be wrong, but Mark C.
Play Mace Windu. Where do I vote?
Everywhere. Mark C sends $5. If I were a woke soy boy, I'd be like literally crying with excitement.
Pretty much.
Yeah, a lot of it was so cringe. That was the problem. It's like they were just boasting and virtue signaling so fucking hardcore. It was like, I don't care.
Every time they announce something, especially with Star Wars, I just wanted to freaking throw up, really.
I mean, we didn't bring up like the Little Mermaid. Like, there was a lot of stuff that they talked about that we have already talked about and everybody already knew. So, like, there was a ton of more of announcements we didn't even get to. But a lot of it's stuff that we just don't think you guys are care about, or like we said, we already knew you knew. So Nikki D, thank you so much, says with $5. Outside of WandaVision and Loki, I'm not particularly interested in the upcoming MCU lineup. So many of their titles appear mediocre. I am kind of curious to see what they do with Blade, because I've heard a lot about that before a lot of stuff got announced. I remember talking about that, and then I am curious to see what they do with the Fantastic Four as well. And some of the, like the Loki series, I'm even more interested than I was before. So,
speaking of announcements, actually, I saw yesterday Howard Stern's re-signed for another 5 years.
Yeah, so, I saw that. And Annabelle, I can tell you this with all confidence, they are going to go as hardcore PG-13 as they can with Blade. And if you think about it, they get away with a lot more now than they did in 97 when Blade came out. As far as violence goes, to where basically
Blade,
as long as they don't have any F words,
like PG-13.
Yeah, as long as you took out the F words, it'd only be PG-13 probably, is my guess.
Yep.
Because it's vampires, and vampires have become like kind of normal. So
yeah.
Like, once things like that, zombies, vampires, you can get away with the PG-13. Like, look, they got Walking Dead on TV and shit. So I know that's cable, but...
Yeah. Aren't they bringing back True Blood? I thought I saw something.
Yeah, they're rebooting True Blood, too. But again, like, Cartoon Man, this Blade could be turned up on the more adult-oriented side of things, too. We'll have to wait and see how that works out. We'll see. They're taking some risks here, it looks like, with this Hot Star and... doing a little bit more adult entertainment. And they did bring that up, as we did mention. They didn't exactly announce Disney 18 plus exactly how we figured, but I don't know what their plan is here.
Yeah, but there's going to be no Disney Red Shoe Diaries or anything, So.
Well, I missed that part of the announcement, and Lorraine tried filling us in, but I'll have to wait and read about it so I can get the exacts on how it's going to actually work out. Tim Riggs sends $4.99. I understand thinking we wouldn't care about. I would point out, however, that I, at least, enjoy seeing stupid pounded into the pavement. Yeah, I mean, the funny thing looking at this is I think HBO is going to kick their ass.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't know what you guys think, but I mean, just kind of thinking about the movies that HBO's got on deck to drop compared to some of the shit that Disney announced today, like...
I would have to agree, especially number one, they finally put HBO Max on the Amazon Fire TV, the Fire Stick.
Yeah, and I heard rumor that this whole announcement forced Roku to come back to the table too to talk to them. So that's all going to get worked out.
Yeah, because HBO Max seems to have much more. I mean, Disney Plus, I rarely open that except to see The Mandalorian, and my sister uses it because she's got young kids, so they watch Disney Plus all the time. But myself personally, I don't. I watch HBO Max much more than I do Disney Plus.
Well, and I don't know if this is directly related to the announcement, because obviously it takes time to gather these numbers. But since we last talked about them having 8.3 million active subscribers, they've gained another million subscribers. So they may have even jumped up more than that now. I'm curious to see what this announcement's going to do to their subscriber base. So, and Culture Casino sends. Oh no, we got this one. Nikki D first. Can you do spurting blood in PG-13, especially with Disney? You'd be surprised what you can get away with nowadays in PG-13 with blood, and as long as you don't show like guts and generally like beheading. But here's the thing: you can get away with a hell of a lot more if something's a monster, a robot, a vampire, a zombie. Right, Script?
As long as it's not a human, yeah.
Like, that's the big key. Like, yeah, like, they're more worried about... And, like, you can actually show, like, a whole army of people getting demolished. They're more worried about the up-close and personal shit. Like, you'll get an R-rated for showing somebody getting shot in the head point blank before you'll get an R-rating for showing 30 people getting mowed down with a machine gun in a wide shot. I know that sounds fucking stupid, but that is the honest-to-God truth. And I'm sure Script would back me up on that, too.
Well, yeah, I mean, the MPAA they're weird. Every time their entire, because the people that get on that board they change pretty frequently. And then when they change, so does the stipulations for the rating system change. So right now we're a little bit more desensitized. So yeah, you can get away with more on the rating side of things.
Yeah, like certain things like they'll let you get away with more. Culture Casino, they'll hey, how you doing, man? Hopefully you're enjoying your vacation.
Culture.
Says, while I've been talking about all of these things coming out of Disney, I still feel down. There's nothing positive from today. Yeah, I think that's kind of the entire kind of feeling that everybody got, was just kind of like, yeah, a whole lot of nothing. Mr. Tickle Trunk says Blade will be 100% vampire dusting Buffy style. Well, that's kind of what they did in the movie. I just watched like the first 15 minutes of the 4K Blu-ray, and boy, do those effects don't age well.
Well, I think once you get to the climax at the end, I think that's going to really show.
Oh, I'm sure, because like the opening scene in the club when they disintegrate into the skeletons, like you can totally tell that's like early generation CGI skeleton. Like it looks so bad. I was like, and what is like, all right, whatever. You know, I know the time it was made. So no, but the rest of the movie looks great in 4K outside of that. So, but anyhow, folks, I think we've kind of killed this. I want to thank Lorena for joining us and adding her expertise to this conversation. And unfortunately, I feel bad for Culture because he's away and he couldn't join us. I'm sorry, Culture. He sent me a couple messages. He's like, "No, I'm trapped."
I miss my wingman, my Disney wingman.
I'm sure there'll be more to talk about in the coming days.
Oh yeah,
this is definitely
more details they're going to be rolling out for the holidays for sure.
I have a feeling we'll see some of these trailers as well that we didn't get to see here. They'll end up dropping throughout.
That's right. That's right.
Oh, I can't believe they're doing a quasi live action Rescue Rangers. What the fuck possessed them?
They're casting exclusively from the furry community.
Mortal Kombat Annihilation would probably look like donkey shit because that was a lot of CGI in that, wasn't it? That was earlier shit too, yeah. All right, kids, check out Lorena Creole's channel, check out Mecharandom's channel, check out Script Doctor's channel. They all have wonderful, great content, even though I don't have a time to watch any of it.
Well, you got a show tomorrow morning, right, on Midnight's Edge?
Yes, we do, and we got Retro Blastings coming back tomorrow. I watched Godfather Coda. Fucking Francis Ford Coppola has turned into Ridley Scott. He gave us the same fucking movie, only shorter. I actually would prefer just watching the theatrical version because I'm willing to bet if you've never seen Godfather 3, you're going to probably get lost in this. Because all he did was chop it down and add a new beginning to it. And the new beginning was just one of the deleted scenes. It's still in the movie, but it's cut down, and then he just moved it to the beginning now and put the whole scene in. Otherwise, he didn't cut down any of the crap with his daughter, really. The movie does move a little bit quicker paced, obviously, but I still feel like you're going to get lost if you don't know what's going on in the movie originally. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
People get pissed at me when I said the only reason why Sofia Coppola is directing is because her father is her favorite.
Well, she is a better director than she's an actor. That's for damn sure.
She doesn't exactly have to worry about missing her shift at McDonald's to, I have to do. I have to leave early. I have to go shoot pickups for my student film.
Well, what's sad is watching and I'm like thinking, there was almost a way you could have cut this to where, they were like borderline doing something they shouldn't be doing, but just never got to that point. You know what I mean? Because like it doesn't add anything to the movie really. Yeah, it's a part of the plot, but it doesn't really add that much to the movie. There's only one point where it really becomes, important, and that's just, I don't know. Like, if you've never seen Godfather 3, you don't know what I'm talking about, probably. But, like, I don't hate the movie. I hate Coffee Eyes. That's all he really did was made it shorter. It's only 2.5 hours now. And it's got a different beginning and a very slightly different ending. I wouldn't even call it the Lucas cut, because at least the Lucas cut, he would have enhanced it in some way. No, it's just shorter. Shorter, quicker, barely cut. I felt duped into buying it, basically. Like, I really wouldn't have if I'd have known. Like, I just been stuck with the original version. It's just fine. Oh, the other thing is I think they fucked up the color timing.
Really?
Yeah, because everybody knows, like, if anybody knows, well, not everybody, but those who really are like a real Godfather freaks know that, you know, there's a specific color timing to the Godfather. All three films are 5 points red and 2 points yellow, or 5 points yellow, 2 points red. That's why they've always had this gold hue to them. Mm-hmm. It doesn't feel like, this one doesn't feel like it has the gold hue.
Would they like flap it out?
It just feels flat. Yeah, like there's no hue to it at all. And then like, basically what he did is he recut it to be more like the first movie. So it basically kind of runs in the same kind of beat structure. Instead of opening with the wedding, though, it opens with the celebration for his ordainmentship or whatever the hell it was. And then...
Convocation?
Huh?
The communion or convocation?
Yeah, whatever it was in the beginning. It's still the same beginning, but they cut out all the earlier part and it cuts right to the party, kind of like the wedding. And then they have the one. And then they have the one guy who's the head of the bank talking to him right away in the movie, kind of like the guy in the beginning of the first movie. You know, like, I believe in America, that whole thing. But it's those two talking instead of, you know. So he just basically recut it so it's structured like the first Godfather.
Oh.
It insists upon itself.
I love the Godfather movies. Well, not the third one, but I like.
I have like I don't hate the third one.
It's like it's there. It's okay. I didn't like Sophia Coppola. It was.
That's the
right.
part that sucks about it. Everything else is great.
It's like
it actually has some of the quotes that most people quote and they don't even realize it. Like 2 or 3 of the more famous quotes come from that.
Oh, Lord.
Just when I think I'm out, they pull me back in.
Yeah. That is my favorite.
Our enemy has not revealed their true identity.
Oh.
Never tell anybody outside of the family what you're thinking. Of course, he steals that from the first movie, but yeah. Anyway, no, I'm a Godfather fan. I do love it. I got a poster where it's Marlon Brando when you're like far away from it, but if the closer you get, you realize it's one of those collage things, and it's the entire script made to look like Marlon Brando.
It's a photo mosaic.
Photo mosaic of the script, but it's not pictures; it's the script. So it's like the entire fucking script. Yeah,
that sounds really cool.
Awesome.
Yeah, it is a cool poster. It's actually kind of cool, yeah.
That sounds really cool.
Tom, Tim is saying you missed your super chat.
Did I miss a super chat? I'm sorry, Tim.
Yeah.
Oh, here it is. Tim Riggs, $1.99. Live action Rescue Rangers gadget for the furries. Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
I just don't. Of all the things to turn into live action, why Rescue Rangers?
I don't know.
All I think about is Chip and Dale at the freaking parks.
Yeah,
you know, at Disney, and I
think they're big. They're a big part of the parks. I think that's what part it is.
But
are they looking at like the Alvin and the Chipmunk numbers from like 5-6 years ago and thinking, yeah, that'll be a good idea now?
Well, because I mean, I would think like maybe even. I mean, I would have got to think DuckTales and Darkwing Duck were probably the two bigger shows, right?
They were,
yeah. And then like Tailspin, and then maybe Rescue Rangers, or was Rescue Rangers that fucking popular?
It wasn't. It was like the least popular.
It wasn't.
Of that whole
maybe a little bit more popular than Gummy Bears.
That really like Rescue Rangers, though. Like I know a couple of producers that really like Rescue Rangers, kind of more than normal adults should.
Yeah, like K-Mation said, why not Darkwing Duck? Sorry,
yeah, because for me it was Darkwing Duck or DuckTales was number one. And then Darkwing Duck was down there, you know, a little bit more. But Rescue Ranger, it was kind of like, it's okay. We'll watch it until, you know.
Was that one for more of the younger kids? Maybe
Rescue Rangers.
Yeah, that was more like 5 and 6, and then
kind of
DuckTales was like 9 and 10, maybe.
To a point, maybe. Basically, all Rescue Rangers was the rescuers with Chip and Dale.
Mm-hmm.
And Chip and Dale were basically Magnum P.I. and Indiana Jones.
Exactly. I was just going to say that. Yeah, it was just kind of like, And it wasn't that the first one they did after Gummy Bears? Because I say Gummy Bears, I think was the first one. Then it came Rescue Rangers, then DuckTales. If I remember right.
Gummy Bears was on Saturday morning before it was on like a
Yes.
Disney afternoon thing.
Yes.
'Cause I remember that
Yes.
one.
And then that kind of kicked it off. Yeah.
And I think Rescue Rangers was on earlier in the afternoon,
Yes.
and then then DuckTales. But I remember people liking DuckTales and Darkwing more.
Yeah, DuckTales and then Darkwing came. Or I think Tailspin came the year or two before Darkwing Duck. Darkwing Duck was the next to last one, I want to say, just before like Gargoyles and stuff. Then they got out of the whole. They also had that the Roger Rabbit ripoff one, Bonkers or whatever. Because they couldn't do. They were going to do a Roger Rabbit one, but something happened with the rights. And they just decided to do it set in Toontown with a totally different character. Yeah. I can't. And I think that was it. But Spaceballs, the lunchbox. Spaceballs is coming from Kino Lorber in 4K. So
nice
for that.
Really?
It'll be like the 8th time I bought Spaceballs now. I'm not even being fucking facetious or fucking hyperbolic.
You're not joking. It's seriously, you got 7 copies of Spaceballs.
Well, I sold or gave away at least 2. And I have like 3 or 4 on hand still. Boeg sends in a Mexican $20. Rescue Rangers had a Heaven's Gate cult episode, did it?
Did it for real?
That'd be weird.
Probably.
Oh, man. It's funny when you watch some of your shit you see when you're a kid and you go back and you pick up some of the things you never picked up when you were a kid. Like, I send Rob old cartoons all the time, too. And, I'm sure he's picked up a few of those. Maybe Howard the Duck will be in the same universe as... Yeah, but they canceled that Hulu Howard the Duck series, so we're not getting that. So, they're not doing it with Kevin Smith. When's Deep Throat getting rebooted? Not now in this day and age.
Is that the Watergate thing?
No, the porn, obviously.
Oh, okay.
If they were to do Deep Throat now, they would make it about a trans person or something. All right, folks. I don't know if Rob's back or not. He went pee. I think the audience became a bored corgi because we lost quite a few of them. So.
God, that's hilarious.
All right, kids. Until next time, we want to thank you for joining us here, as always, on Midnight's Edge After Dark. Join us in the morning on Midnight's Edge in the morning. We're going to have retro blasting. Take care, guys.